And this is where the big miss is the secret sauce is in the people that we bring about. One of the laws I talk about in here is the law of collaboration, which says some of my best thinking has been done by others.
So talk a little bit about how to make other people's goals relevant so it ties in their energy, effort, and dedication to the business while you bring them along the journey of success.
Well, let's talk it about this way. One of the questions I'm asked all the time is people look at me and they say, how do you live a balanced life? And I look at them and I say, you don't live a balanced life. Life's not balanced. I've never had a day in my life where life said, I'll be very balanced for you today, John. I'll be very even-keeled, no surprises, no twists, no turns. We'll just have a good playing field that you understand. Life isn't that way. You never become a balanced leader, but you can become a balanced team. And this is where the big miss is the secret sauce is in the people that we bring about. One of the laws I talk about in here is the law of collaboration, which says some of my best thinking has been done by others. Think about our relationship, whether we're playing golf, whether we're sitting having dinner. Brandon, think of all the things that we feed off of each other. You'll share something with me, I'll say, oh my gosh, I'm getting you right, getting it down, and we make each other better. If you have a good idea, but you don't share with me, and I have a good idea, and I don't share with you. You got a good idea, I got a good idea. But the moment that we start sharing it with each other, you don't get 2 good ideas, you get 3 or 4 or 5, because several good ideas become a great idea. And there's this incredible synergy and energy that comes, as you know, Brandon, in people coming together. One of the big mistakes I made as a young leader is I would think of an idea and then I would go over in a corner and I'd work on that idea. I kept it to myself because I thought, I got to prove that I'm a good leader, so I've got to come out with this great idea. And what I found out was no matter how long I thought about it, if I began to collaborate with others, within a few minutes, they'd already expanded it and they already made it better. And shared thinking multiplies everything. Sustained thinking crystallizes everything. And when we bring our people together, that's what happens when we begin to understand teamwork, building, collaboration, all these things that you're talking about, Brandon. And by the way, there isn't anybody better than Brandon Dawson on doing what he does. Honestly, you're just in a league of your own. I've watched what you do, and I'm in awe of it. I just sit there and think, someday I'm going to be like you. It's not happened yet, but someday I'm going to get where you are because you have such an incredible ability to synthesize. I don't know anybody just takes something complex and brings it down. And I talk in the 16 laws, Brandon, I talk about the law of simplicity and the whole issue of breaking it down so that people can understand it, so that they can do it, so that it works, and you do it so well. Gosh, you do it so well.
Thank you, John, and compliments from you go a long way as being my mentor and friend for so many years. And when you talk about law of simplicity, I do 108 events a year teaching business owners how to start, grow, scale, expand, and eventually exit their business. And the law of simplicity actually explains what happens in the dynamic state of the business when it's expanding or compressing. And it's because people make things so hard that other people can't model, mimic, and master what has already been proven to work. So they get a chaotic environment because they don't have the comprehension and the understanding, and because it seems difficult, although when broken down piece by piece, the task is actually simple, and when communicated appropriately and deployed appropriately, the impact is measurable. And this book explains this exact process. Everything in the 16 laws tells you how to start a business and grow it to $125 million. Do it right, do it consistently, do it simple. One thing on here is another law that jumps out at me. Why business owners struggle so much is the law of consistency. So the people do not understand, and when I read that, I get it. Like, it slams me in the face that as a leader running an enterprise with 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 people, the more consistent your organization is and its deliverable, the more consistent your leadership teams are in their communication simplicity, so that people understand where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it, who they're supposed to do it with, and the impact that multiplies to everyone working that way together. And for business owners listening to this, when I see one word that John uses or one law, I apply it through all aspects of the business, because for most business owners, they're so inconsistent. They're inconsistent about their targets. They're inconsistent about their goals. They're inconsistent about the law of the big picture, like where are we going? Why are we doing it? What's in it for everybody? They're so inconsistent with the deliverables that the employees following them can't create any momentum because I call it whipsaw. They're always moved back and forth.